Welcome to the Realm of Astrology. This is your daily horoscope for 3rd May 2021, which is a Monday. Now, before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and let's start. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is the moon. The moon is here in the sign of Aquarius at 10 degrees. It has been in the sign of Aquarius since yesterday, about 1 p.m. in the afternoon Pacific time. And since then, we have been a little stressed. Why? Because now, whenever the moon comes into Aquarius, it has to meet up with Saturn. It's imbibing Saturn's energy. Saturn is right here. And Saturn is discipline, hard work, decisions, and the moon is our emotions. So, emotionally, we feel stressed for these 2.5 days of the month when the moon is in the sign of Aquarius, which it has been since yesterday, about 1 p.m. And then at about 6:30 a.m. today, the moon is going to square Uranus. This is not going to feel easy. A square is a 90-degree angle, and the moon is our emotions, and Uranus is unpredictable energy. It's shocking energy. It comes out of the blue. So there could be something that just happens out of the blue, and it's probably not going to feel the best. It's going to demand us to change something, take some sort of action. So the day begins with that. The next thing that I want to talk about happens a little bit after. The moon will conjunct Saturn. The moon and Saturn will meet up. They will meet up. And they will square the sun. This is also the last quarter square of the moon, which is 90 degrees before, which is a 90-degree angle. And what this means with Saturn is anyway, when you reach the stage in the lunar month, the last quarter square phase, we start to release, we start to let go. It's a shedding process, so to speak. And what are we shedding? Things that we began on April 11th. We are assessing what can go with us, what can stay, what can go with us to the next lunar month, which starts on 11th May. So this is the process of release, of letting go, and it does not always feel easy. It requires decision, it requires change, it requires adjustments, action, all those sort of things. And with Saturn there, this definitely will not feel easy. Saturn is the taskmaster. It requires hard decisions. And right here with this last quarter phase square, Saturn being there will require some hard decisions. So that happens at about noon Pacific time. The next thing that I want to talk about for today is that Mercury enters the sign of Gemini. And that happens in the evening. So I'm going to move the chart to that. Okay, there, Mercury has changed signs. It's been in the sign of Taurus for the past 2.5, 3 weeks. And mentally, because Mercury is our mind, it's also how we communicate, it's our perception, it's our day-to-day reality, it's our diet, it's our health. For the past 2.5 weeks, all that has been in the energy of Taurus, stable, slow, long-term, focused. Now in Gemini, it's playful, it's fun, it's a little bit of that, it's a little bit of this, it's all over the place, it's restless, it's fun loving. So our routine, our diet, our health, our mind, we're going to receive a lot of stimulation, and Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. It likes to be in Gemini. So there's going to be a lot of mental energy. Till Mercury is in Gemini, it's going to be in Gemini for quite some time. Okay? And the last thing that I want to touch upon is it happens earlier in the day. Okay, so let me pull up the chart for earlier in the day for you guys. Mercury is moved 2 degrees today, almost. So Jupiter and Mercury in a square. This is the higher mind. Jupiter is the higher mind. It's abstract thinking. Mercury is the so-called lower mind. There's no higher or lower, but it's called the lower mind. Logical thinking, facts. Jupiter is abstract thinking. And they are in conflict. They're in conflict. Jupiter is also our beliefs. That's conflicting with our logic. And it will require us to take some action to reconcile our facts and our beliefs. This is the moment where our beliefs can be challenged, and we wake up with this energy. Yeah, as the moon squares Uranus, Jupiter will square Mercury. Some sudden change will need us to realign the facts in our beliefs. And that's all I'm going to leave you with for today, because this is pretty much it. But this pretty much it is a lot. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of stress. I would say this is the most stressful day of the week. It begins with the Monday blues, you can say. And be prepared for it. Be prepared for it. And that's all. And now I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on what's been happening in the astrology for a year or so that you can put this day into context. If you've seen this before, you can turn the video off. If not, I urge you to watch. The first thing is that Uranus and Chiron are in a semi-sextile. We're going to heal in unexpected ways through unconventional things this year. Heal our identity. Second thing is the North Node and Uranus are in sextile. Our goals, our path for the future is unconventional. It's something that we hadn't expected for ourselves. The next thing is the North Node is in sextile to Chiron. This energy is going to be with us for some time as we move towards our goals, which are unconventional, unexpected even to our own selves. We will heal our identity. The next thing is the Saturn Chiron sextile. This came exact in Feb. Around then we started to take a decision, build something that will be visible, tangible by the end of the year, and that something will heal us as well. A lot of healing this year through unexpected ways. The next thing is what I call the theme of the year. Saturn, Uranus are in a square, 90-degree angle, challenge, action, decisions, change. And what is this change? It's about coming into your authentic self, getting rid of old ideas, thought patterns, beliefs, anything old structures that's preventing you from being you. And this is not going to feel easy. The process of becoming who you are, who you truly are, will not feel easy. But by the end of the year, that you will be visible to the whole world. You'll come into yourself, your authentic self. Not who you think you should be, but who you actually are. The next thing is the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction that happened in 0 degrees of Aquarius about here, you can say, in December of 2020. And they ended a cycle. When this happened in December of 2020, a cycle that started in the year 2000 ended and another one began. We've seen most of what this new cycle entails for us. However, we're going to take 2 more years to lay the foundation for that cycle that's going to stay with us till 20 years. The next thing that I want to talk about is the Saturn Pluto conjunction. They met up at about here, 22 degrees of Capricorn in Jan 12th of 2020. And this conjunction happens once in 33 to 38 years. It happened last time in 1982. So in Jan of 2020, we ended something that began in 1982. And in Jan, our material reality shifted completely. This new cycle, which started in Jan 2020, will stay with us till 2053. Long time to go. The last thing I want to touch upon are the nodes. The North Node is in Gemini, the South Node is in Sagittarius. They were in the same placement between 2001 and 2003. And right now, since May 2020, we have been revisiting, rebuilding, resolving, building on themes, events, people, situations that came into our life between 2001 and 2003, or we started back then. So that's all I'll leave you with. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.